It's like that. It's like nut based or whatever. It's pretty good.
This is Mick. Can y'all hear me? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you, Mick.
Good, thank you.
Two's all we need for this meeting.
What, you and me?
Yeah.
Oh no, we have a few people here. John's on. Wes is on. Trinity, yeah. Finance director, whoever that is.
I see 7 participants. Any out of town visitors?
Hello, just checking that you can hear me.
I hear you, finance director. You still here, Mick?
I'm still here.
I just came from a Zoom meeting and the attorney for Pioneer didn't utter one word, so I gave my famous, do we have to pay her, since she didn't say anything.
What was that, Kim? You're kind of muffled.
Oh, I just came from a Pioneer Zoom meeting
Yeah.
and our attorney didn't say a single word the whole time. So I gave my usual, do we have to pay her since she didn't say anything?
I've heard that before.
Doesn't work.
Kim, I've said it before. Check my invoices. I always give you guys a discount.
Oh, I know. That's my sense of humor.
Yeah.
Someone has to have an offbeat sense of humor.
Oh yeah, look.
Otherwise, there would be.
Be a lawyer, you got to have a sense of humor. Got to have thick skin too.
Yeah. You have to have thick skin to be a council member too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yes you do.
Well, it's 6:03. At 6:05, I'm getting a glass of wine.
Well, you have a quorum.
Yeah, who's in charge around here? Looks like Sean is.
Yep.
See a flag.
Yeah.
Too many stars in that flag.
I count 50.
Sorry, everybody. We're having technical difficulties over here in the back, trying to get the audio to work. It'll be a few more minutes.
Should be 48 stars.
Uh, I thought it was 50, Kim. Why should it be 48?
Well, I don't think Hawaii and Alaska should be states. That's why.
Oh, okay.
All right, we are unmuted now. Marnie, if you'd like to proceed.
Okay, so where we were at was, we did the pledge and we are doing a roll call now at item 2C. Councilmember Fatula. Is he online? No. Okay, Councilmember Douglas.
Present.
Councilmember Burris.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman.
Present.
And myself, Mayor Mendoza is present. Okay, item 2D, approval of the agenda order. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the agenda order, Councilmember Burris.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman, second.
Okay, so I have a first from Burris, a second from Loman. Councilmember Fatula is not present. So Councilmember Douglas, what's your take?
Aye.
Very well. Councilmember Burris?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman?
Aye.
And myself, Mayor Mendoza, is an aye. Motion passes. Item 3, agency reports. 3A, we have Placer County Sheriff here to give a report.
Mayor, City Council. So obviously some of you know that with the protests going on tonight, tonight was very peaceful. Actually a lot bigger showing than what I expected. Probably 100 or more that were probably here. So other than that, we've had no problems. There's still kind of some stragglers that are kind of hanging out. They're supposed to go to 4 to 5, but they're still out there right now. But it's down to maybe about 20 people. Other than that, as far as the report, you know, things with the sheriff's office, obviously in law enforcement, it's been a difficult time to try and deal with things, but we're very fortunate and lucky to work in a county like this and have the community relationships that we have. So, you know, as far as our agency goes, we've had overwhelming support from the community, and we really do appreciate it. And, you know, we're here for the community. Other than that, not too much to report, other than, you know, our office is back up and running. So when it comes to all the services, when it comes to CCWs, live scan, everything is actually happening down at the Auburn office. Our Colfax office is still under construction from the water damage. It's going to be up and running pretty soon. But for the volunteers, they still have not called them back yet. So we won't be staffing the front office anytime soon. Kind of wait on that part of it. Other than that, it's, you know, things are going good, and we appreciate everyone's support.
Great, thank you. I want to give a special thanks to Placer County Sheriffs because, like I've said before, I've seen the work all around California, and I'm just saying Placer County Sheriffs is #1 to me in California. So thank you guys for keeping the community safe, not only here in Colfax, but Auburn and some of the other areas, Granite Bay, Roseville, etc. We have no presentation tonight, so we'll move on to item 5, which is, oh no, wait, I'm sorry. We have no public hearing, which is item 5. So we will move on to our consent calendar. Has Councilmember Fatula joined us yet? No. Okay. Consent calendar. So matters of the consent calendar are routine in nature and will be approved by one blanket motion with a council vote. No discussions on these items ensues unless specific items are pulled for discussions and separate action. If you wish to have an item pulled from the consent calendar for discussion, please let it be known now. Do I have anybody that wants to pull an item from the consent calendar on council?
No.
Anybody from the public? Can I get a motion to approve?
Councilmember Burris, motion to approve the consent calendar.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Loman. So I have a first from Councilmember Burris and a second from Mayor Pro Tem Loman. Let's go down the order. Councilmember Fatula is not present. Councilmember Douglas.
Aye.
Councilmember Burris.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman. Mayor Pro Tem Loman.
Aye.
And myself, Mayor Mendoza is an aye. Motion passes. We'll move to item 7, public comment. And due to the gathering here in Colfax of the people, we put notification out on the statue so that if anybody wants to call in during this time, we tried to get that out there to the public. So I don't know if we have anybody on call for public comment around that or any other items that are not on tonight's agenda. Do we have any call-ins? Jacqueline?
We do not have any public comment on Facebook Live at this time, but we do have an agency reporting for public comment. Madam Mayor, we have Andrea Harrison here for Green Machine.
Okay.
So if you'd like to go ahead, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Andrea Harrison. I'm the president of the Colfax Green Machine. And on behalf of our board, I wanted to come in and let you all know, which I know most of you already know, that the 3rd of July, Colfax is canceled due to the state mandates. There was just no way that we could work around it and ensure social distancing. So we had no choice but to cancel, but we are doing a button. It is going to be COVID related. It is going to have toilet paper on there. And we are going to paint the street. We're possibly going to do that with Foxy either the 19th or the 26th of June. And that's pretty much it right now. So I'm really sorry to report that. But next year is going to be bigger and better than ever. And it's on a Saturday, so we're going to do an all-day event. And we are still looking to do the trunk or treat in October. And because Halloween falls on the 31st, of course, but it falls on a Saturday, we are hoping to be able to have our trunk or treat during the day on Saturday on Halloween.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do have a public comment, Madam Mayor, from Facebook Live. Tom Parnham would like to give a shout out to Placer County Sheriff. We're fortunate to have the best cops anywhere.
Thanks, Tom.
I will second that comment.
And I third that comment. Any other comments from the other streams that we have going? Nothing on your end as well?
No, nothing at this time.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and close public comment. And again, we did list something out there on the statute, so if anybody wanted to call in and make any comments, we did have that available for the public. Let's move on to item 8, council and staff reports. So we will start with, do we have Councilmember Fatula on that?
Okay. Madam Mayor, I talked to Councilmember Fatula and he's having problems getting on. So it's so that's why he's not on, and hopefully we'll see him get on before the meeting closes.
Okay. Does he have a call-in number, or that's what he can't get into?
Yeah, I'm not sure what method he's trying to use, but he's having difficulty.
Okay. Okay, thank you for reporting that. So we'll move on to Councilmember Douglas.
Okay, I had 3 meetings. One was a SACOG meeting where we discussed the budgets. June 15th, in a few days, is when the state has to have their budget in line. And right now, the governor is predicting a $54 billion shortfall, which is quite a contrast to last year. In the world of Pioneer Energy in Rockland, we hired a new director to replace Janine Windishausen. And I won't tell you what the salary is because you'll all be jealous. And then another meeting at Pioneer where we adjusted the budget. And then also I wanted to say this Saturday, we're having at the Sierra Vista a huge sale to raise money for a surveillance camera. And that should do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Douglas. And I did hear that it's going to be quite a sale. So I'm really happy to see that we'll have some cameras put in over there at the community center. Councilmember Burris, do you have anything to report?
Yes, so I just want to remind people that if you are having any access issues when it comes to food, that we are working with the Nevada County Food Bank. And if you do need assistance, you can feel free to contact me, or you can reach out to me directly. Whatever's easiest for you. I make my information quite public if anyone's trying to reach me. And then we do have an air quality meeting tomorrow. Also, I apologize for my slurred full system, but I had emergency jaw surgery this morning, so I'm in a world of pain right now and trying to kind of talk through it. We also have right now the Journal is doing the best of the best for local businesses. I know 2020 has been a rough year for business. A lot of them haven't been open and have been really struggling, and so I know that it comes as kind of passing to be the best of the best. But I would say that was kind of the time we need more than ever. So please be sure to take the time. You do have to vote in at least 20 categories. So take your time, sit down, and just go ahead and fill it out and provide your email address and take time to recognize some of your local businesses that you really care about. And I believe that's all I've got.
So how do the people vote? Where do they?
So there is a link, and I believe that I made sure it was posted. If it's not, I will make sure it is tonight. But you the link, and it will take you straight to the survey.
Okay, great. Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Lohman. Is he on? Pro Tem Lohman, do you have anything to report?
I'm sorry. Yeah, just one item from the Fire Safe Council. Everybody be looking out in the mail. We just put out a flyer, and we're hoping to get up the flyer information on the electronic billboard. I'll be working with the city on that. That was all I had to report.
Okay, thank you. And my reports, basically, I've been on calls. I've been on numerous amount of calls, but the one that's particular to Colfax is a Placer County Friday meeting with all the officials. Our numbers are going up a little bit, but that's because of certain areas. So we're having spikes in the convalescent hospitals, and I believe that there was a family that went overseas. So we are getting some spikes. I just want to remind everybody to make sure that you wear your mask and wash your hands. And that's pretty much what I have to report. West we have.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just one item I wanted to talk through tonight. We've been working with PG&E and the Union Pacific to place a power generation station behind the freight depot to supply power to 90% of the community during the PSPS events. PG&E refers to this type of a station as a resiliency station. Staff recently received approval for the resiliency station location and design from PG&E, which is a huge milestone to get through that. It only took us about 2.5 months to get that process done. So now we're waiting for Union Pacific to approve the sublease underneath the city's lease for that parking lot in the back to move to the next step. I'm hoping by early next week I will have a sublease agreement to review, so we can kind of go back over with PG&E on the contract. And the ultimate goal is we're trying to have the resiliency station up and running by this year's PSPS event season. I've been reluctant to mention it because it's been in the very early stages previously, but now it's starting to see some good light. And I'm very hopeful that by this PSPS season that we'll actually have that station in, or at least during a portion of it, have it in and functioning for the community. so that the community will maintain its power during the PSPS events. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Wes, and thank you for that report. That's been a lot of work to get that thing going. Really good to see that it's coming fruit. So with that, we don't have any more committee reports. Oh wait, what about, do we have Dave Johnson on the line from the chamber or anybody representing the chamber? Perfect. All right. Well, let's piggyback back to member Fatula. Do you have anything to report? Council member Fatula, do you have anything to report?
I just got on. You come back to me in a minute.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to, did you say somebody from the chamber was on?
Dave Johnson.
Oh, great. Dave, how are you? Dave Johnson. How is he calling in? Yeah.
It shows that he's muted right now.
Okay. Did we unmute him? Okay. Hi, Dave. Hi. Great to have.
As soon as you said my name, my computer cut me off.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you part of this meeting. I'm really happy. We've been doing some good work together. What do you have to report for the businesses?
Well, we had a board meeting last night, and some of the good things that came out of that is that I had 3 different committees formed with people willing to work on them and do them, the board members. We worked, Wes was there, and looking forward with the PPEs or whatever that are coming in from the county, that the chamber will be distributing those for the city and the chamber.
Yes.
And Bob Morales has agreed to take charge of that, and we'll be canvassing all of our members to see what they need.
Awesome.
So that as they open.
That's great. Great news. I don't know if those are here yet, but I know that you and Wes are in communications on the PPPS masks.
Yep.
Good to hear that you have things moving forward over there in the chamber. And if you don't have anything else to report, who else do we have from
That's
the
it for
city?
right now.
Okay, great. Well, good to hear from you. I'm glad you have some good stuff going on over there. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Do we have the veterans?
One other thing.
Oh, yes, Dave.
We're looking at having a mixer sometime in August, depending on what's allowed,
Okay.
and introduce all of our new officers, and it'll be at on the lawn, and just to get everybody together that we can.
Okay. Great, great. We have the state treasurer, Fiona Ma, wants to meet you. So at some point when things are safe, she wants to travel up here. So I'll call you on that. She did get donated masks for us. So we have a couple extra masks coming up as well when we can make that happen. Who else do we have? Yeah, that's good news. Okay, let's circle back to Council Member Fatula. Are you ready for an update for a report, Joe?
Yeah, I'm kind of intermittent right now. I think there's some problem going on with Zoom.
Okay. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, I can address my stuff during the good of the order. So.
Okay. Okay. Do we have anybody from the Sierra Vista Center, Sharon or Foxy? Do we have any reports for Kim?
I think
No.
the report,
Yeah, do you want to give us an update? I mean, I know that we have the rummage sale happening this Saturday. Do you want anything else reported for them? Kim?
yes, if anybody wants to help out on Friday, we need to take everything out from the gymnasium into the parking lot. So if anybody wants to help between 8 and noon, they can come and just help carry things outside. That would be very nice.
That's 8 to noon on Friday?
In the morning from say 8 till noon, we're going to be taking things out from the gym to the parking lot. So many hands makes light work, as they say.
Yes. Yeah, so we're looking for volunteers on Saturday from 8 to 12. If anybody's interested in coming and helping out, it's for a good cause. We're trying to raise money for the cameras for the community center.
Yes, Friday, yes.
Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry, on Friday from 8 to noon.
And
And
come
that's
back,
this Friday.
and then come back Saturday to buy what you help take outside.
Yeah, of course, and I heard there's so many good things, so that'll be fun. Okay, so I think that's all for the reports as far as everybody in the city. Let's move on to item 9A. Do we have our finance on the line? Okay. Hi, Lori.
Hello, good evening, Mayor and council members. Tonight we have the final budget proposal for the fiscal years 2021 and 21-22. The proposed budget's balance, meaning expenditures in the general fund and the enterprise funds, are within the projected revenues and available non-restricted funds. In addition, it provides for some contributions towards some fund balance reserve. The key assumptions that we utilized in the forecasting process are outlined in the management budget memo. We went through those in a bit of detail when we had the budget workshop back on May 20th. And we had a lot of good discussion and some additional questions, and we put together a post-workshop memo. A copy of that is also attached in your package that summarized those questions and provided some additional financial information. We're in the same position that we were back when we had the workshop. I think this is the best forecast that we have at this point in time. Things are changing every day, and we still don't know the whole economic impact that's being created by COVID, the pandemic, but we're going to continue to monitor it very closely as information becomes available. That's my introduction, and what we're looking for tonight is adoption of the proposed budget.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the council? Council member Fatula, do you have any questions on what's before us in item 9A?
No, I think I'm okay with it. And by the way, I just want to thank you, Laurie, for such a great job in answering those questions we had from the last review.
You're welcome.
Awesome. How about you, Council Member Douglas?
No questions. They were answered in the previous workshop. Thank you.
Okay. Council Member Burris. Mayor Pro Tem Lohman.
I have no additional questions. I think they all got answered. Thank you very much, Laurie, for all your work on the budget. I think it's done very well with all the unsure future we have coming up.
Thank you. And myself, I don't have any questions. Got them answered at the workshop. Lori, thank you for all your hard work.
Sorry, I just have one more question. It just popped into my head. I just wanted to make sure that our sheriff's hours are maintained from last year.
Is that
budget?
That's coming up.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
yeah, we're not on it, right? It's not.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you, Lori, for your fantastic work on our finance and, really digging in there and making sure that things stay clear and transparent.
Team effort.
So I guess that moves. Cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying it's a team effort, with all the staff, and, I appreciated the input from the workshop.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to everybody, city staff and all. So that actually moves us to item 9B.
I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Need action and we can ask for comments from the public.
Yeah, thank you. I was just going to, do we have any public comment on the budget in any of the areas that are streaming?
No, Madam Mayor, the only comment that I'm seeing, I think, is actually a little old. It just says the Grace Hubley Foundation is considering a $200 contribution to the Sierra Vista Community Center's security system. So I think that this was intended for the item prior.
Okay. Well, thank you to that
Nancy.
organization. Thank you, Nancy, for that comment and for your generous gift to the community center. So with that, if there is no public comment on the budget, I'm going to move forward to item 9B.
Don't we need a motion on it?
Need a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys, I'm sorry. So do I get a motion for item 9A?
A motion to approve the proposed budget?
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion from Councilmember Fatula, second from Councilmember Burris. Let's go to Fatula for your vote.
Aye.
Councilmember Doug,
Aye.
Councilmember Burris,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman,
Aye.
and myself, Mayor Mendoza, is an aye. Motion passes. Now we'll move to item 9B. Been wanting to get to this item, a little eager to see what's here. Item 9B is a skate park design concept approval, and we'll have Wes give us some details on that.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll do a light entry and then let Sergeant Connors add any more details you want to. So at the November 13th City Council meeting, Council reviewed the skate park project outreach documents, and they provided staff with direction to come forward with a design concept / engineered plans. In an effort to reduce the number of times engineered plans will need to be changed, staff is asking council to weigh in on the design concept, which is attachment 1. Have council and public make comments on the design and feedback, so that which will allow the engineering firm to match the engineered plan to the community's expectations. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ty if he wants to add a few more comments on here.
Yeah, like I say, the design concept really hasn't changed. It's just like Wes is saying, we want to move forward into that engineered plans. It's again dealing with donated funds. I want to make sure that there's nothing going to add more onto our plate when it comes to money. The engineered plans, if approved, for us, engineered plans will cost about $7,000 for us to do that. So that's again at the request of councils to have those engineered plans to go on to the next phase of our skate park. So I just wanted to, and also with the recommendation of Wes, just to make sure the council's good with that, and then so we can move on to the plan phase. Because I don't want to pay $7,000 for it and all of a sudden have some drastic change. It's going to cost more and more money. So, so anyways, if anyone has any questions on it, again, this was designed and how that, just a kind of reminder, when Grindline came out, they actually met with, we met at the old Colfax Theater, and we got kind of input from all the kids or other people that are going to be using this to kind of what they would like to have at the park. And then also with a lot of other people that are really into skateboarding and what's a park that will be unique to the area and to kind of be a draw. So that's kind of the whole design is kind of a concept done by the community. So, and again, something that's actually unique to our area. There's nothing like this close. So anyways, I'm hoping we can move forward with it. The engineer is ready to go. Just kind of waiting for the thumbs up for us to move forward. He can actually probably get it done fairly quickly so we can get back on the agenda.
Great, so let's see if we have any questions from Councilmember Fatula. Can you hear me?
No questions at this time on the park?
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Douglas, do you have any questions on the skate park?
So I mentioned it before, since everything like tennis courts, they come and they go, they're popular, they're unpopular. You know, I hope this design will allow other activities to take over when skateboarding falls out of favor. So that's my only comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Burris, do you have any comments?
Yeah. I think the skate park design looks great. I think that it's gonna definitely be able to cater to little kids with bikes, and it's also gonna be able to cater to kids on scooters or rollerblades or a number of other activities. And seeing as skateboarding has been pretty popular since the 70s, I don't see it going out of style anytime soon. Thank you.
Great, and Mayor Pro Tem Loman. Comments, questions?
Sorry, I had a loud truck going by. I have no comments other than I'm really glad to see that we're finally to this point. Thank you.
Yeah, and myself, Mayor Mendoza, I just want to say thank you to Sergeant Connors, because one of the first times I met him was in 2014 at this actual table where he was forming. I think it was early stages. I'm really happy that we are where we are, because there is a lot of public that do want this, and people in the past that have, you know, tried to have this thing, and Sergeant Connors has totally like taken this thing by the reins, and like here we are, you know, we've actually got this design. So I'm really happy where we are at this place, and so that's pretty much all I have to comment about. Do we have a motion? Oh, public comment. Do we have any
Yes.
public comments?
We do have a public comment on Facebook, Madam Mayor. Brian Noble says, has a site been determined? As how can design plans be finalized without a site? Brian, just to answer your question really quick, this design set is actually based on the location next to the splash pad. So a site has been located, and this design is based on that site.
Do we have any other public comments from the other live streams that we have going?
No, not at this time.
Okay, so
Marnie, this is
do I
Joe.
have a motion?
Marnie,
Yes.
this is Joe. Hey, Wes, could you comment on the security system up at the ballpark?
Absolutely. So I think one of the early concerns that council and the public had was the security, adding this new feature up at the ballpark, because it's during the night it can be problematic because there's not a lot of people around, no neighbors. The city has expanded its camera system in the area and adjacent to where the proposed site is. We received a lot of calls for service out to deal with people that are out in the park after hours and stuff. And Placer County Sheriff has done an amazing job responding to those calls. And I'll defer to Ty Connors, and he can kind of sum up the number of calls that they've dealt with at this point. Ty, you're still on?
Sorry, I don't have the exact numbers, but I know that I've been working with Chris Clardy with the city, and he's kind of advised that, again, the security camera system that went up there has really helped out a lot. So, getting those notifications and stuff like that soon and reacting to it. We've actually been able to contact a lot of people up there at the location when we used to not be able to. So it's been very helpful. So I don't have a specific number for you. I can get that for you next time.
Madam Mayor, well, I'll ask Ty to send in the statistics out to council so the council has it.
Okay, thank you. So with that, Joe, did you get your information out that you wanted to about the cameras?
Yeah, so
with that? That's what you wanted him to talk about, right?
Just as a positive comment for everybody. So the camera system automatically notifies the sheriff when there's an incident up there, so that they can proactively go out and take care of the kids or whatever else is going on up there. And that's just phenomenal in terms of how it's been successful mitigating the potential risk up there. So that was the one concern that came up at the last meeting, and I think we've got that one nailed. So Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so do I have a motion?
Councilmember Burris, motion to approve.
Have a second?
Mayor Pro
I'll
Tem
second
Loman.
it. It's cutting in and out. So I have a first and a second. Let's go to Councilmember Fatula.
Aye.
I have a vote. Councilmember.
Aye.
For the skate park, do you have a vote?
I'm sorry, was that for me?
No, it was for
Aye.
Douglas. I don't know if he can hear me.
Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Councilmember Burris,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman,
Aye.
and Mayor Mendoza is aye. So item 9B, skate park design concept, has been approved. Motion passes. So being that said, let's move to item 10, which is in the good of the order. Joe, you said you had some comments.
Yeah, so just a couple of pieces in here. I've gotten the businesses together to work on trying to do a cleanup of Depot Alley. So they've been going back through there doing trimming of the grass and brush and stuff that's back there, removal of a couple of the trees that are there, trimming some of the other trees back, getting a couple of the potholes fixed that where the gutters or downspouts are cutting a hole into the edge of the street there. So that's in process and making good progress. We have a couple of abandoned cars on the lot that's opposite the building where Luminaires is at, and we're working on trying to get those abandoned cars taken care of. So that's positive for that whole area of the downtown in the back there. The other that has been walking around the town, a lot of people wanted to figure out a way, how can they tell the sheriffs thank you for the good that they're doing, especially with potential risks to the city and all when the demonstrations and stuff were occurring. And what I've been advising everybody to do is call the sheriff's non-emergency number and just express thanks there. So Ty, I don't know if there's a better way to do that, but I probably have had, I bet you about 30 or 40 different people ask me that question.
No, I appreciate it. And one of the things that we've been getting quite a few too as well when it comes to, I mean, people that Facebook and social media, a lot of direct messaging to the sheriff's office itself. You know, again, there's a lot of different avenues. You can go on to the Placer County Sheriff's webpage and actually go in and send in an email. Any of that kind of stuff, we've been trying to push it out to the deputies just so they know. We had a sergeant's meeting today, and that was some of the discussions just to kind of, a lot of those direct messaging, we don't see it, you know, but we're trying to kind of collect all that and send it out to the deputies so they really understand kind of the, you know, overall, you know, community support that we have. So that be probably the best ways of doing it, because then we can capture that and forward it off to the people.
Awesome.
Okay, that's all I have.
Do you have anything else, Joe?
Nope, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Joe. Council Member Douglas, what do you have for the good of the order, or
Just
any
one thing.
final?
I attended a prosperity seminar put on by the Brookings Institute. And in a nutshell, they recommended that we try to model the I-80 corridor, Sacramento, Roseville, after cities similar size, such as Memphis, Tennessee, rather than trying to use larger cities such as San Francisco or Washington, D.C. as a model. So anyhow, they gave us some good ideas there. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Burris, do you have anything?
No, not tonight.
Mayor Pro Tem Loman, do you have anything?
I just wanted to say that town's cleared out, everything's peaceful, and we had a good protest here in town. So definitely much appreciation to the Sheriff's Department for showing up and keeping our streets safe. And that's all I had.
Okay, thank you. And myself, I don't have anything for the good of the order, but again, I just want to thank the Placer County Sheriffs and our law enforcement, and really happy about our always here for our celebrations. Thank you for keeping us safe during these troubled times. That's all what I have to say. With that, I guess meeting is adjourned.
Good night, everybody.
Night all.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, Kim.